Athena. Aren't these individuals incredibly bold and resilient? Here's a truth you may not know. They were born with a different gender than the one they now embrace. These remarkable figures have faced homelessness, rejection, violence, and stigma. 1. Miss Major Griffin-Gracy. From prison despair to global activism. Born in the 1940s in Chicago, Miss Major Griffin-Gracy rose to prominence as an indomitable activist and a living witness to the 1969 Stonewall Uprising, a seismic event in American history that ignited the modern LGBTQ+ rights movement. Yet beyond the public eye, her journey was fraught with alienation, incarceration, and relentless battles against a deeply flawed system. Picture a young woman of color in the mid-20th century, daring to transition in a world steeped in prejudice. That was Miss Major, defying societal norms with unyielding courage. The era she navigated was merciless. Scorn, abandonment, and threats of violence loomed at every turn. Her darkest moments included imprisonment, where transgender women like her became frequent targets of inhumane abuse. Within the notorious Attica prison, she bore witness to profound injustices inflicted on marginalized individuals. The horrors she observed there left indelible marks on her psyche. But Miss Major's story didn't end in despair. After the pivotal night at Stonewall, she rose, wounded yet unbroken, to champion the voiceless. As the executive director of the TGI Justice Project, she worked tirelessly to help transgender women of color reclaim their dignity post-incarceration. Her efforts were far from distant. She visited prisons in person, offering essentials like clothing and meals, and most importantly, a warm embrace to welcome them back to a world that had often shunned them. Miss Major wasn't merely a transgender woman, she was a warrior. Every scar on her body, every moment behind bars, and every tear shed became fuel for her unrelenting advocacy. Her life stands as both a tragedy and a triumph, a vivid testament that injustice cannot prevail as long as courageous individuals like her rise to confront it. 2. Dominique Jackson, from homelessness to ballroom royalty. Born in 1975 in Tobago, Dominique Jackson is a name etched in the LGBTQ+ community. From a lost young girl shunned by societal norms, she rose to become a global icon through her portrayal of Electra Abundance in the acclaimed series Pose. Yet behind the glitz and fame lies a story marked by heartbreak, resilience, and incredible fortitude. Dominique's early years were shadowed by stigma and rejection. When she came out publicly in the early 1990s, her family severed ties and her community turned its back. With no place to call home, Dominique fled to the United States, carrying little more than a broken spirit. However, the new beginnings she hoped for brought fresh challenges. Homelessness became a grim reality, and nights spent on park benches tested her resolve. In her search for identity and belonging, Dominique found solace in the vibrant world of ballroom. The glamorous stage became her sanctuary, a place where she could unapologetically be herself. She captivated audiences with her regal presence and unshakable determination, earning her place as a warrior and icon in the ballroom community. Yet even here, life wasn't without struggle. Dominique faced discrimination, even in spaces meant to offer refuge for transgender individuals. A pivotal moment came when a ballroom friend whispered wisdom into her ear. "Turn your wounds into power. If the world won't welcome you, create your own space." Dominique embraced this advice wholeheartedly. Her portrayal of Electra Abundance wasn't just a stunning performance. It was a raw reflection of her life, embodying both the pain and triumph she endured. Off-screen, Dominique emerged as a vocal advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, using her platform to uplift others and amplify unheard voices. Her journey from despair to stardom reminds the world that even from the darkest depths, one can rise to dazzling heights. Today, as she graces the spotlight, Dominique carries her past with her, a living testament to resilience and victory over adversity. 3. Angelica Ross, from rejection to Broadway trailblazer. Born in 1980 in Wisconsin, Angelica Ross's path to stardom began in pain and isolation. Once a young girl disowned by her family for embracing her authentic self, Angelica transformed her struggles into a powerful narrative of triumph. Rising from the ashes of rejection, she became the first transgender woman to headline a Broadway show, turning the stage into a platform for empowerment and representation. Angelica's transition in the early 2000s brought her immense challenges. In her 20s, she faced rejection from her family, leading to homelessness and a life of scraping by through temporary work as a waitress and model. Nights spent alone in barren rooms brought her to the edge of despair. But instead of succumbing to hopelessness, Angelica channeled her pain into determination. Self-taught in programming, she broke barriers by founding Trans-Tech Social Enterprises in 2014, an organization dedicated to helping transgender individuals secure opportunities in the tech industry. Yet Angelica's story didn't stop there. Her transition into acting showcased her extraordinary talent and shattered stereotypes about transgender performers. Breakthrough roles in Pose and American Horror Story propelled her into the spotlight, proving her worth in an industry often resistant to change. In 2022, Angelica made history with her debut as Roxy Hart in Chicago on Broadway. The standing ovation on her opening night was more than applause. It was a resounding acknowledgement of her journey from abandonment to acclaim. Angelica's success is not just her own, it's a victory for the entire LGBTQ+ community, proving that determination can overcome even the harshest societal barriers. 4. Laverne Cox, from rejection to redefining representation. Born in Mobile, Alabama, a region deeply rooted in conservative traditions, Laverne Cox transformed her life from that of a bullied child to a globally celebrated icon. As the first transgender woman nominated for an Emmy for her role as Sophia Bursay in Orange is the New Black, Laverne not only broke into Hollywood, but also dismantled stereotypes surrounding the transgender community. Laverne's journey toward transitioning began in the late 1990s while she was studying in Birmingham, Alabama. It was far from an easy path. Growing up, she endured scornful glances, biting mockery, and even physical assaults. Yet what hurt most was the lack of acceptance from her family, particularly her mother, who struggled to embrace Laverne's gender identity for fear of societal backlash. Rather than succumbing to despair, Laverne turned to dance, which became her sanctuary and a form of self-expression that allowed her to escape her painful reality. Art became her lifeline, helping her rebuild after years of emotional scars and relentless prejudice. Determined to rise above it all, she eventually moved to New York, where she pursued her dreams with unwavering resolve. Her portrayal of Sophia Bursay changed the game, captivating audiences around the globe with her talent and shedding light on transgender issues. Beyond her acting, Laverne became a leading advocate for the LGBTQ+ community, gracing the covers of Time, Cosmopolitan, and other prominent publications. Her visibility and advocacy challenged entrenched societal norms, demanding respect and equality for transgender individuals. A watershed moment in her life came when her mother publicly expressed pride in her, a deeply healing experience for Laverne after years of familial rejection. From an abandoned child to a trailblazing figure, Laverne turned her anguish into strength, inspiring millions worldwide and proving that resilience can rewrite destiny. 5! Peppermint, from shadows of stigma to Broadway luminary. Born in 1980 in Pennsylvania, Peppermint began life as a nameless figure, lost in a society filled with prejudice. Yet from the depths of isolation and degradation, she rose to become a groundbreaking artist. As the first openly transgender contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race, and later the star of Head Over Heels on Broadway, Peppermint redefined what it means to live authentically. Her transition began in the early 2000s, an era when society viewed transgender people with intense bias. As a young girl, Peppermint faced relentless taunts and humiliation. Performing in small bars became not just a means of survival, but a quest for community acceptance. Each performance was more than entertainment. It was her way of fighting back against the cruel words and piercing ridicule she endured daily. In 2017, Peppermint made history by joining RuPaul's Drag Race as the first contestant to openly come out as transgender. It was a courageous move that shattered long-standing barriers. Once underestimated, she quickly silenced critics with her immense talent and powerful story, emerging as a symbol of defiance against prejudice. Her career reached its zenith in 2018 with her lead role in Head Over Heels on Broadway. This milestone wasn't just her personal triumph, it was a watershed moment for the LGBTQ+ community. On stage, Peppermint channeled her struggles and fears into a performance that embodied truth and resilience, turning her character into a beacon of hope. Peppermint is more than an artist, she is a warrior. Her journey delivers a resounding message. No dream is unattainable for those who dare to fight for it. Her story is a testament to the power of courage and determination, proving that even the heaviest shadows cannot eclipse the light of perseverance. 6. T.S. Madison, from online sensation to industry pioneer. Born in 1977 in Miami, Florida, T.S. Madison has risen from an outcast to a trailblazing figure in entertainment. As the first Black transgender woman to helm her own reality TV series, The T.S. Madison Experience, she amplified her voice and brought her community into the spotlight like never before. Yet, behind the glitz and success lies a story of hardship and unyielding perseverance. Madison's journey to embracing her true identity began in the late 1990s amidst a backdrop of judgmental stares and societal rejection. As a Black transgender woman, she encountered layered discrimination, not only from broader society, but also from within the LGBTQ+ community itself. Financial struggles and relentless efforts to gain recognition defined her early years. Yet Madison refused to let adversity define her. Her turning point came in the early 2000s and 10s with the release of the viral sensation New Weave 22. Though filled with humor, the video was more than just an entertaining clip. It was a defiant proclamation of self-acceptance. Its popularity opened the doors to the entertainment industry, but Madison's journey didn't stop there. In 2021, the T.S. Madison Experience premiered, marking a historic moment. As the star of her own show, Madison shattered barriers and set new standards for representation of Black transgender women in media. Using her platform, she became an advocate for equality and opportunity, challenging stereotypes at every turn. Madison's rise to prominence contrasts sharply with her earlier experiences, like being denied jobs simply for being transgender. Today, she leads a team of over 50 professionals, most from the LGBTQ+ community, creating an empire from the ground up. T.S. Madison's story is a testament to transforming pain into power, inspiring a new generation while rewriting the narrative for Black transgender women in entertainment. 7. Janet Mock. Blood, tears, and triumph behind the camera. Hailing from Hawaii, Janet Mock is far more than a gifted writer and director. She's a symbol of resilience and tenacity. Breaking through countless barriers, she became the first transgender woman to direct and produce major television shows like Pose. Mock's groundbreaking memoir, Redefining Realness, 2014, cemented her as a powerful advocate for the transgender community. But her journey was anything but easy. In the early 1990s, while still in high school, Janet began the challenging process of transitioning. Growing up in poverty, she discovered her gender identity early on, but this realization ushered in years of pain and struggle. Lacking financial resources for gender-affirming care, Janet turned to sex work to fund her transition. This path, fraught with physical danger and emotional trauma, pushed her to her limits. Inspired by Janet Jackson's example of strength and independence, Mock saved every penny to undergo gender-affirming surgery in Thailand at the age of 18. This moment marked not only a profound transformation, but also a declaration of her right to live authentically. However, beyond the physical challenges lay the emotional toll. Judgmental gazes, degrading comments, and a constant battle against societal rejection left deep scars. Despite these hardships, Janet refused to be silenced. She turned to storytelling, using art to reclaim her narrative. Redefining Realness became a beacon of understanding, shedding light on the harsh realities faced by transgender individuals while offering hope to countless readers. Mock's influence grew as she stepped behind the camera, producing and directing Pose, a groundbreaking show that elevated transgender voices and reshaped Hollywood's landscape. Today, Janet Mock stands as an icon of resilience, rising from a life filled with challenges to redefine what success means. Her story may not fit the mold of a fairy tale, but it's a legend forged by determination and strength. 8. Brian Michael Smith. Redefining representation for Black transgender men. Born in 1983 in Michigan, Brian Michael Smith is more than just a gifted actor. He's a pioneer who has reshaped the portrayal of Black transgender men on television. With critically acclaimed performances in Queen Sugar and 911 Lone Star, Brian carved out a place in history as the first Black transgender man to secure a leading role in a TV series. However, his journey to this milestone was anything but smooth. As a child, Brian was a standout athlete, earning accolades for his performance in sports. But behind the trophies and smiles, he struggled with a deep disconnect from his own body. In his early 20s, Brian came to terms with his gender identity, embarking on a courageous journey of transition at a time when societal prejudices against transgender individuals, particularly Black men, were still deeply entrenched. The road to self-acceptance was arduous, and entering the acting world presented additional barriers. Transgender roles were often riddled with stereotypes, reduced to either tragic figures or the butt of jokes. Yet Brian refused to let these limitations hold him back. His breakthrough role in Queen Sugar marked a turning point, dismantling long-standing prejudices and creating space for nuanced portrayals of Black transgender men. Building on that momentum, Brian joined 911, Lone Star, where his portrayal of a courageous, multifaceted character redefined modern masculinity. By presenting a figure who was not solely defined by his gender identity, Brian challenged societal perceptions of what it means to be both transgender and masculine. Today, Brian Michael Smith is celebrated not just for his talent, but also as a beacon of resilience and authenticity. His story serves as an empowering reminder that even the most challenging paths can lead to groundbreaking triumphs for those who persevere. 9. Alexandra Grey, from struggle to stardom. Born in 1991 in Chicago, Alexandra Grey's early years were marked by hardship and injustice. Raised in the foster care system and enduring periods of homelessness, she faced a childhood filled with adversity. Yet Alexandra didn't just battle her circumstances, she also confronted societal stigmas when she began her brave journey of transitioning. With no support system to lean on, Alexandra was left to navigate life's challenges alone. Her journey was fraught with heartbreak and relentless obstacles, but her unwavering spirit kept her moving forward. Even in the darkest moments, Alexandra found hope in her passion for music. Singing on the streets during lonely nights, she transformed her pain into resilience, using her voice to forge a path to a brighter future. Alexandra's perseverance led her to the spotlight, where she has made a lasting impact in renowned shows like Empire and How to Get Away with Murder. Her roles showcase her immense talent and serve as a testament to her unyielding determination to thrive in the face of adversity. Beyond her accomplishments as an actress, Alexandra has become an inspiring figure within the transgender community. Her journey is not only a personal victory, but also a powerful statement against discrimination, paving the way for greater representation and opportunities for those often overlooked. Alexandra Grey's story is one of triumph over unimaginable odds, a reminder that even from the harshest beginnings, it's possible to rise and illuminate the world. 10. Amiyah Scott, the transgender model who revolutionized Hollywood. Born in 1988 in New Orleans, Amiyah Scott is much more than a trailblazer in the modeling industry. She is a fierce advocate and a resilient figure within the LGBTQ+ community. Her rise to fame, particularly with her memorable role in Star, has made her a beacon of strength and beauty for transgender individuals worldwide. Amiyah's transition began at the age of 17 during the early 2000s, a bold and courageous step in a Southern society rife with prejudice. At that time, embracing one's transgender identity wasn't just difficult, it was fraught with risks that could jeopardize careers and personal safety. Despite the challenges, Amiyah stood firm. Facing judgmental stares, relentless criticism, and societal rejection, she fought her way into the entertainment and modeling world. Before achieving fame, Amiyah endured profound loneliness and emotional hardship. Yet her determination and grit propelled her forward, making her one of the first transgender icons to gain recognition on the big screen. Her journey not only shattered barriers, but also inspired future generations to follow in her footsteps. Beyond her striking beauty, Amiyah has become a powerful voice for justice and inclusion, tirelessly advocating for representation of transgender individuals in media and entertainment. Her legacy is not just one of personal triumph, but also of paving the way for lasting change, proving that resilience and authenticity can transform an industry. 11. Michaela Jaé Rodriguez. From struggles to Golden Globe. Glory born in 1991 in New Jersey, Michaela Jaé Rodriguez, better known as MJ, is a rising star who has redefined success for the transgender community. In 2022, she made history as the first transgender woman to win a Golden Globe, an extraordinary accomplishment that resonated not just for her, but for the entire entertainment world. MJ's transition began in the early 2010s, a period marked by internal struggles with her gender identity. When she made the courageous decision to live as her authentic self, her life took a transformative turn. Overcoming hardships, discrimination, and the absence of familial support, MJ rose to stardom with her groundbreaking portrayal of Blanca Evangelista in Pose. But her impact didn't end there. MJ also conquered the stage with her role as Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors, showcasing her immense talent and versatility as a performer. Her achievements represent not only personal success, but also a resounding declaration that transgender individuals deserve recognition, celebration, and equal opportunities in entertainment. By breaking barriers and inspiring audiences, MJ has opened doors for future transgender artists, challenging industries to embrace authenticity and representation. Her journey stands as a testament to resilience, creativity, and the power of living one's truth. Michaela Jaé Rodriguez is not just a star, she is a force for change, lighting the way for a more inclusive and accepting world. 12. Mya Taylor. From the streets to making history at the Gotham Awards. Born in 1991 in Texas, Mya Taylor shattered stereotypes and carved her name into film industry history. Before stepping into the limelight, her life was marked by immense struggle, including periods of homelessness and taking on any work she could find just to get by. Everything changed when fate brought her together with director Sean Baker, who cast her in Tangerine. This collaboration transformed her from an unknown transgender woman into the first transgender actress to win the coveted Gotham Award. Mya's journey, however, was far from simple. Growing up in a conservative Texan household, she faced a society steeped in stigma and prejudice, making it nearly impossible to live openly as her true self. She not only had to fight internal battles, but also stand strong against a world unwilling to accept her. Through loneliness, pain, and the freezing nights of homelessness, Mya remained steadfast in her determination to succeed. Her breakthrough role in Tangerine became a testament to her incredible resilience. Mya proved that no matter where you come from or what obstacles you encounter, with an opportunity and unyielding resolve, a transgender individual can rise to redefine an industry. Her story continues to inspire countless others, lighting the way for representation and progress in entertainment. 13. Gia Banks, the ballroom icon who became a lifeline for her community. Gia Banks, a celebrated dancer and devoted activist, has redefined what it means to lead in the ballroom community and beyond. Joining the scene at 19, Gia quickly rose to prominence not just for her talent, but for her unwavering support of the transgender community. Her influence extends far beyond the dance floor, as she has worked tirelessly to provide critical legal and medical assistance to those in need, especially transgender individuals cast aside by society. Gia's journey was anything but smooth. Born into a family with little financial means and no safety net, she encountered prejudice and societal rejection from an early age. Despite these challenges, the ballroom community offered her a lifeline. It was there that she found not only her passion, but a place where she could embrace her identity. The road to success was lined with invisible struggles and personal sacrifices that few understood. Yet Gia transformed her hardships into a force for good, dedicating herself to building a strong, inclusive community. She didn't just shine as a performer, but became a maternal figure, guiding and uplifting others who sought acceptance and purpose. Today, Gia Banks is much more than a star. She is a symbol of strength and compassion. Her life exemplifies the power of resilience, not just for herself, but for everyone striving to overcome adversity. She remains a beacon of hope, proving that even in the face of darkness, unity and determination can lead to a brighter future. 14. Munroe Bergdorf, the trailblazing model who redefined activism. Born in 1987 in the United Kingdom, Munroe Bergdorf made waves as the first transgender model to be featured in a L'Oreal UK campaign. However, her groundbreaking success came with a heavy price, a constant battle against prejudice, racism, and societal expectations. Munroe began her transition while attending university, navigating an already challenging journey that only intensified when she entered the high-pressure world of modeling. After speaking out boldly against systemic racism, her partnership with L'Oreal was abruptly terminated, igniting a public controversy that sent shockwaves through the industry. Rather than silencing her, this moment magnified Munroe's voice. She became a fearless advocate, championing not only transgender rights, but also broader social justice causes, including online safety and gender equity. Each obstacle she faced only strengthened her resolve. Munroe has proven time and again that even under relentless scrutiny, she remains an unyielding beacon of light, inspiring countless individuals in their own fights against injustice. 15. CeCe McDonald, from inmate to champion of trans rights. CeCe McDonald, born in 1989, is not just an activist but a living testament to the power of resilience and courage. In 2011, CeCe was attacked by a group of men in a hate-motivated incident while walking home. Despite acting in self-defense, she was convicted of murder, a devastating example of how the legal system often fails Black transgender women. During her incarceration, CeCe endured immense hostility and systemic discrimination. Yet instead of succumbing to despair, she turned her pain into a source of empowerment. Her story became the centerpiece of the acclaimed documentary Free CeCe, shedding light on the harsh realities faced by transgender individuals and exposing the injustices of the criminal justice system. CeCe didn't just fight for her own freedom. She emerged as a pioneer for legal reform, advocating for the safety and rights of marginalized communities. Her unwavering determination transformed her into a symbol of resilience and a powerful voice for change, demanding a future where all individuals, regardless of their identity, can live without fear of violence or prejudice. These individuals, once overlooked by a world steeped in bias, are now celebrated not just for their talent and beauty, but for their relentless fight against discrimination. From breaking barriers in the entertainment industry to challenging systemic injustices, they embody resilience, courage, and hope.